to the mound. That's Brian Kaplan to have a chat with Fott, who normally has tremendous control. In fact, only 30 walks all season from Brandon Fott, one of the lowest numbers in the National League. He just doesn't walk people, but he's hit a batter here in the first inning.
I'm sorry, that caught Manzardo on the back foot. So now he has both feet hurt.
So he's balanced now.
Yeah, he's back to being balanced now.
Anyway, Fott, though, 5th fewest walks in baseball heading into play today. No walks yet, but a hit batter and a big jam. Bases loaded, 1 out. Scoreless right now, but we'll see as Naylor steps in. Bo with 11 home runs, 28 driven in. Left-handed batter. Here's the pitch. Swung on and drilled down the right field line. Foul. A screamer off the bat of Naylor, and at least 5 batters in. Fott's not fooling anyone. Some good swings, some line drives. Guardians putting together good at-bats and now trying to take advantage.
Yeah, some good swings early right now.
Oh, Naylor back in the batter's box, 0 for 4 in the opener on Monday night. Fought from the stretch. Here's his 0-1. Outside and low. Fought has that 5-pitch mix. And he has really worked a sinker and a cutter to his advantage here, and that's allowed him to have some better success the last month or so. Next pitch to Naylor, popped up foul off to the third base side and out of play.
He's going back to the slow stuff. After the fastball got pulled foul hard and almost down the line, he's gone back-to-back curveballs right now, trying to keep him off balance.
And that fastball not overpowering, so
which is hysterical because it's still 95, but that's not overpowering anymore in this league.
The 1-2 swung on, and there's a tapper to the second baseman. Up with it is Vargas, who throws to first in time for the out. The run scores from third as Kwan comes down the line, and the Guardians are in front 1-0.
Good start.
The other base runners move up. Schneemann to third, Manzardo to second. And it seems simple. Hey, just put the ball in play and get an RBI, but sometimes it's not so simple. RBI number 29 for Naylor, and now Gabriel Arias.
The only righty in the lineup.
Here's Fott's pitch. Swung on, and that's drilled down the left field line, hooking foul. So 0-1 on Arias. Came in batting .228 with 9 homers, 45 driven in. Guardians trying to put a crooked number up now as they lead 1-0 here in the first inning. Brandon Fott out of the stretch, delivers. Fastball in tight. 1-1 the count. If the Guardians can score 4 or more runs in any of the first 4 innings, well, that's part of the Conrad Score 4, Win 4 New Tires contest. Fill you in on our contestant shortly. First, the 1-1. Fastball in tight for ball 2. Nicholas Correa of Fairview Park is our contestant today. He would win a set of 4 new Bridgestone tires courtesy of Conrad's if the Guardians can score 4 or more runs in any of these first 4 innings. The pitch to Arias is fouled back into the net. We'll do it again on 2-2. A run in for Cleveland on the ground out by Naylor with the bases loaded. After Kwan and Schneemann had singled back-to-back to open the inning. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Nasty slider that time from Fott. Strikes out Arias, and the side is retired, but the Guardians jump on top. It's Cleveland 1, Arizona.
Got to get yourself ready.
Yes, there are hugs, and then there's that.
Now, what is that? What is the purpose of that?
It's an anemometer. It measures wind speed.
So that's a good,
but it looks like a fidget spinner.
Meanwhile, on the Cove, it just looks like too much fun.
It was so routine, he took his eye off.
You got to come up with this play. You got to. You're right there. You had 2 hands. He looked it in. Oh.
Being, the middle of New York to display a card like this is really such a big part of the Fanatics mission. We think about how do we create new experiences. Now we get the opportunity to put incredible Holy Grail cards in front of tens of thousands, if not millions of new people. It's not just about collectors today, but also about how do we bring new collectors into the space as well. It's really what we do it all for.
The game.
Well, it's just one game.
That loss eliminated us from the playoffs.
Oh, the playoffs are on so late. Now you'll be well rested.
Okay, I need you to stop talking now.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. News and politics and who knows.
Noon to 3 tomorrow.
WTAM 1100.
24-year-old left-hander Parker Messick fires his first pitch in the major leagues, and it's a strike on the outside corner to Ketel Marte. Messick making his major league debut here in Phoenix. The lefty was terrific down at AAA Columbus and got the call over the weekend, and here he is. Here's the 0-1 to Marte. Swing and a miss. Good off speed.
Yeah. It's coming at him early. And they switched Marte and Perdomo today, weren't they? Wasn't Perdomo leading off the first two games?
Absolutely. Here's the 0-2. Down low, 1-2. Diamondbacks people mentioning that sometimes with a lefty on the mound, they'll do that. So Marte leading off today, hitting .293 with 23 homers and 56 driven in. Switch hitter right side. The 1-2, outside and high. 2-2. Parker Messick, 24 years of age, out of Plant City, Florida. Went to Florida State. The 2-2, up high for a ball, 3-2. We've seen a really good changeup already to the first hitter that he's facing in the major leagues. Now his payoff pitch. Down low, ball 4 as he went with the changeup again, and he walks the first batter he faces. So the Diamondbacks, who are trailing 1-0, have that leadoff base runner in Ketel Marte. And now here's Geraldo Perdomo, the shortstop, batting second today, hitting .289 coming in with 13 homers and 81 driven in. Messick from the stretch. Here's his pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Another changeup. He also has both the 4-seam and 2-seam fastball, so a sinker, and he'll cut the fastball as well, and then the occasional slider and curve. But it's that fastball changeup mix that really.
You got ahead early of Marte with some two beautiful pitches, but then you saw a big league batter kind of take away some of the zone against him and not chase. I think you might have to get used to guys not chasing as much as they did down there. We still do it up here, but by no means do we not do it up here, but it will be less.
1-1 the count on Perdomo. Here's the pitch. Swung on, lashed foul off to the right side, now to play. Parker Messick down at AAA Columbus, and he can kind of throw records out to some extent, but he was 5-6 in 20 starts. His ERA solid at 3.47. And there's some other numbers that the organization really liked. The 1-2, down low, but it squirts past Naylor back to the screen, and that will allow Marte to move up to second. That goes as a wild pitch, as it was in the dirt and inside and got past Naylor. So a runner in scoring position quickly for Arizona with nobody out. The strikeout numbers, tremendous for Messick. 98 innings, he struck out 119 and limited opposing hitters to a .216 average. The 2-2 swung on. There's a tapper to the right side. Up with it is the first baseman Manzardo. Races to the bag in time. Perdomo's retired, but Marte advances to third with less than 2 down. And here's Corbin Carroll. with the huge night last night. A pair of triples, giving him a Major League best 16 on the season. And the infield is in for him with that runner at third and one out. Messick back to the windup. Here's his pitch. And it's a broken bat roller to the second baseman. Up with it. Rocchio flips to first in time for the out. And the runner stays at third.
Good pitch. Right in on the hands. Fastball early. You can tell he's kind of got like a little bit more athletic, but he's got like that David Wells look to him.
A solid 6 foot, 225 pounder Parker Messick. Trying to escape the first inning with a 1-0 lead as Lourdes Gurriel steps in. The left fielder, right-handed hitter, the pitch. And it's a strike on the outside corner.
He does not seem like this stage or this moment is big for him at all. He looks comfortable early.
He's into the windup. Here comes his 0-1 pitch. Fastball up, and it's 1-1. I think the coach who may know him best is Caleb Longshore, the bullpen coach. He worked with him a lot when Longshore was the pitching coordinator in the minor leagues. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, fouled back into the net. And what you're seeing is what he said before the game. He said, I don't think the moment will be too big for him.
No, he looks great so far. I mean, sure, that heartbeat might be going a little bit faster than normal. The arm slot might be getting a little bit out of control just because you're feeling so good, better than with all the adrenaline.
The 1-2 swung on, and that's lined to shallow right. It gets down for a base hit just in front of the right fielder, C.J. Kafis, and that'll bring in the run and tie the game at 1. Marte scores on the base hit by Gurriel.
Well, he threw a beautiful pitch. Was absolutely changeup that just fell off the plate, located well, and he kind of just stuck his bat out at it and blooped it over the second baseman for an RBI single. But that was a great pitch, but just better hitting right there.
Yeah, that top 4 in the Diamondbacks lineup, we've been saying it throughout the series. That is hard to handle for anyone. Now, the third baseman, Blaze Alexander, takes strike 1 on the outside corner. So 1-1 game in the bottom half of the first inning. Messick from the belt delivers, and his pitch is up high for a ball. As you would expect, a lot of family and friends here, including his mom, April, his dad, TJ, sister, Reagan. Grandma's here, Jimberly, taking in the Major League debut of Parker Messick. And his next pitch is up high for a ball.
I love it. Congratulations to them all.
And we'll get into a little bit about your debut and just how special that is for anyone who is fortunate enough to play this game at the professional level. The 2-1 swung on, popped up foul and out of play right side. 2-2 the count now on Alexander.
It was blurry, I could tell you that.
Yeah,
the debut is blurry. I don't know if it's that way for everybody, but I can only comment for myself. It goes by fast. You try to soak it in as much as you can. You try to have as much success as you can, but it's hard not to overthink it and overamp yourself.
The 2-2 catches the inside corner, called strike 3, and there is the first Major League strikeout for Parker Messick. It ends the first inning. Side retired. Diamondbacks pick up a run, and we'll head to the second. Tied at 1 in downtown Phoenix.
Mitchell's
I think style, it's a very complicated thing.
Custom cleats came when I earned the rights to wear custom cleats.
So I think without going out and being loud and saying this is who I am or whatever, you can just kind of wear a certain shoe or a glove or a batting glove or whatever, and it kind of shows who you are.
Weather when you need it. Your severe weather station is WTAM 1100.
Bottom third of the Guardians lineup due in against Brandon Fott in the top half of the second inning. 1-1 the score, and that's C.J. Kafis who leads things off in the number 7 hole. The pitch to him, swung on and drilled to right, and charging after it is Corbin Carroll. He can't get to it. It got by him after a sliding attempt. Kafis rounds second. He's on his way to third, and he is in, standing up at third base.
Corbin, he got there in time. He had a great jump on the ball. I think he just lost in the lights. It looked like it went right over his glove. You usually don't see that type of play happen from a solid defending right fielder as Corbin Carroll.
And that is the
just
first major league triple for C.J. Kafis.
Kind of put his glove up in front of his eyes and it shielded him from the ball. It happens to outfielders at times.
So a great chance for the Guardians to retake the lead as Brian Rocchio steps in. Switch hitting second baseman with the infield back. Here's the pitch, and it's on the outside corner for strike one. So Kafis with that first major league triple.
Maybe Corbin's a little tired from last night.
Well, he
from all of his running.
Did a lot of running. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, ground ball to the second baseman. Up with it, Vargas throws to first in time for the out. And for a second straight inning, a ground out to the second baseman has plated a run for the Guardians, who retake the lead. It's now 2-1 Cleveland.
Well, I panicked right there for a second because Kafis didn't break right away on that. It was a hard hit to second base, and Vargas even looked like he might have came home because he noticed the runner wasn't breaking. But fortunately, kind of got down the line a hard couple steps, and Vargas decided to go to first base, and we'll take the run.
Angel Martinez steps in and takes strike one on the outside corner. So 2-1 Cleveland. Last night a seesaw battle.
Yeah.
Let's see if this one shapes up the same way. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, blasted foul off to the left and out of play. Marathon knows that fans are the true co-pilot of any team. Marathon is here to keep you and your team fueled up all summer long. Marathon, driven together. Here's the 0-2. Swung on, foul back into the net. We will do it again on 0-2. Martinez has slowed in recent weeks. Still, though, 10 homers, 40 runs driven in. Switch hitter left side. The 0-2 from Fott. Swung on, and that's tapped to the second baseman, Vargas, who's up with it. Throws on to first for the out. 2 down in the inning. And back to the top of the lineup for Stephen Kwan. Kwan singled to open the game and later scored in that first inning. Came in hitting .278. 2 for 9 in the series now. Here's the pitch from Fott. Low and in for ball one. Brandon Fott, a product of Bellarmine University in Louisville, Kentucky. Stayed home and went to school right there in Louisville. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, popped it up, center field. Creeping in on it is Thomas. He makes the catch, side retired. But the Guardians jump back in front with a run in the second. We'll head to the bottom of the inning. 2-1 Cleveland over the Diamondbacks.
Interrumpimos este video para recordarte que puedes endulzar tu día con una dulcerapia de la lechera.
play in Toronto, Guerrero sends over some good stuff for the guys. So when we play in Toronto, I definitely dive into that.
You got to be careful with Vladdy, bro, because a Dominican breakfast will put you to sleep, bro. ¿Cómo está sonando la comida dominicana ya?
La comida dominicana ya no sé cómo está sonando, porque obviamente mi esposa me cocina. O sea, hay restaurantes, pero no voy a comer comida latina.
Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Hi, it's Bill Wills. Tomorrow morning, we'll be joined by Fox's Shannon Bream to talk about the news on News Radio WTAM 1100.
Ildemaro Vargas steps in to lead things off for the Diamondbacks in the bottom half of the second inning, and he takes a Parker Messick breaking ball down low. 2-1, Cleveland in front. Messick lets it fly. Another breaking pitch misses up high for a ball, and it's 2-0. Parker Messick, Major League debut day today for him. The second starting pitcher to make a Major League debut this season for Cleveland. The 2-0 just missed down low.
Not giving it to him. Making him earn it, Rook.
3-0 the count.
You always hear about that a little bit, where umpires kind of give you a little tighter zone early on your debut, or like early on when you're rookies, and a little bit bigger zone if you're a hitter.
He pours a 3-0 fastball right in there for a strike. Chad Whitson, the home plate umpire today. Here's the 3-1. Strike called on the outside corner at the knees, so he's worked the count full. Messick, a former second-round draft pick by Cleveland just a couple of years ago, 2022. The 3-2. Called strike three on the outside corner. Back-to-back strikeouts spanning 2 innings, and there's one away here in the second. Tyler Locklear steps in. He was one of the pieces that the Diamondbacks got back in their trades with Seattle at the deadline. And Locklear, a right-handed batter, takes strike one on the outside corner. That's when they moved in separate deals Josh Naylor and Eugenio Suarez to the Mariners, who are struggling. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Outside and high, 1-1. Mariners dropped their 4th in a row today as they were swept by the Phillies. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, and there's a high fly ball left center field. Tracking it is Martinez, the center fielder, and he makes the catch just shy of the warning track for the second out in the inning.
Good curveball right there. He's really doing a nice job early on so far, mixing it up on these guys.
He has a pretty varied repertoire,
yeah.
And it seems like he has confidence in a lot of his pitches, at least early on. Alec Thomas, the batter, with 2 down and the base is empty in a 2-1 game. Guardians in front. Here's the pitch, and Thomas takes strike one on a good fastball. It's another area of improvement for Messick. His velocity has climbed as he has spent more time in the organization. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, and that's looped to shallow center, and it'll get down for a base hit. Thomas aboard with a 2-out single, and that'll bring up the number 9 hitter, James McCann.
So far, his only hits are 2 little soft contacts, 2 little bloop hits right now. And that's how they're going to get on boards. That's fine by me. You got to keep it doing that way. You can live with that.
McCann digs in from the right side. Signed midway through the season after he was cut loose out of the minor league system of the Atlanta Braves, but this is a longtime major league veteran with the Tigers, Orioles, Mets, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. 0-1 the count on James McCann. Runner at first, that's Thomas, with 6 stolen bases on the season. Messick, the lefty, takes a look at him. Here's his 0-1. Fastball up. And the count's now 1-1. And the Guardians return home, open their new homestand on Monday against Tampa Bay. Monday and Tuesday nights, Wednesday afternoon. Good seats still available at CLEGuardians.com. Throw to first, back safely is Thomas. And one ticket package is always available. The district ticket presented by Miller Lite, just $20. You get into the game. Standing room in the corner. And your first drink is on the ball club.
What's over there in the corner?
A lot of your fans when you played, right? The 1-1, up high, 2-1. They loved you out there.
And I loved them. They were fun. They had the inflatable saxophones. They had that was where the party was. There was no question where the loudest people were coming from at home.
When they built that section, that changed the dynamic in the ballpark. Here's the 2-1. Outside and high, ball 3. 2-1, Guardians in front. We're in the top half of the second inning. Diamondbacks have a runner at first base and Alec Thomas with 2 away. Messick with the 3-1. Swung on, and there's a liner to the second baseman. Caught by Rocchio on the move to his left. He hauled it in. McCann retired, so are the Diamondbacks. 2 complete in Phoenix.
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it. But as a kid that had cards, right, as a kid, this is like seeing your card the first time. It is pretty cool. So that's pretty powerful when you see that card.
Oh, this is the most famous jersey in baseball, right? The Yankee pinstripes, the interlocking NY, and the Midnight Navy. I was a Yankee fan growing up my whole life, die hard, and became a free agent after 7 years with the Rockies, and I wanted to be a Yankee so bad. Putting this jersey on for a headshot for the first time, it felt different than any other shirt I'd ever put on in my career.
Learn more at CleanExpressWash.com. Proud partner of the Cleveland Guardians.
The Bloom Daddy Show.
Played out in and around Cleveland.
Tomorrow afternoon, starting at 3 on WTAM 1100.
Guardians lead 2-1. Third inning now, and Daniel Schneemann will lead things off for Cleveland, facing Brandon Pfaadt, the right-hander. Schneemann singled first time up. The pitch to him. And he takes a strike on the outside corner. Time for the Hyundai Grand Slam giveaway inning. Guardians hit a grand slam here in the third. Jerry Merriman of Bay Village will win a prize pack courtesy of Hyundai and your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers. Still some time to sign up and see if you could be a contestant. HyundaiGrandSlam.com is where you enter.
We can sign up?
You could. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Down low, 1-2. I think you're eligible.
I would hope so. I don't see why not.
For 3 days, you're an employee of the ball club, but well, the rest of the time, I think you'd be safe.
So I can't today because I'm an employee.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Womp womp. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, chopped foul, and I think in the prize pack there's some real good seats to a ball game.
I got pretty good seats right now, Rosie.
All right.
Next to you, behind home plate, up top. Nothing wrong with that.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Schneemann. Chopped foul again at home plate. We'll do it again at 1-2. A hot, as expected, Wednesday afternoon in Phoenix. It was 108 outside at game time. Obviously much nicer than that with the roof closed inside. The 1-2 swung on and fouled back.
Good job defending right there. That was that fastball we saw a lot from Rodriguez yesterday at the top of the zone. Good short swing to fight that one off.
Now Schneemann has come on at the plate in the second half with at bats just like this. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, ground ball sharply hit, but right at the first baseman. And scooping it up, taking it to the bag in time is Locklear for the out. So one down. And here comes Jose Ramirez. A line drive to center, his first time up, that was caught. Dollar Bank is a proud banking partner of the Guardians. They have 28 locations across Northeast Ohio. Dollar Bank, ready to provide solutions to help get you there. The pitch to Jose, swung on, and there's a slow tapper near the middle. Backhand picked up by Vargas. The second baseman is thrown, not in time. Safe at first base is Ramirez with an infield single.
I mean, second baseman was playing in the hole a little bit and had to range up the middle, and it was hit kind of softly but hard enough to where he had to get to the ball. Jose could smell that single, and just to have a guy like that consistently run hard out of the box, it doesn't matter if you could smell the hit or not, but just if your best player is running like that, you have to run like that. That is awesome to watch that he's still doing that.
Now Kyle Manzardo steps in, and we'll keep an eye on Ramirez. He's had a big year stealing bases. Manzardo swings, lines it to short. Great catch by Perdomo. Ramirez scrambles back to first, and Manzardo has a base hit taken away on a nice play by Geraldo Perdomo.
Real good contact. Line drive. Perdomo just had to do a step to the right. Would have been nice to see that one get in the gap and see Jose's helmet come off.
Now we'll see now with Bo Naylor stepping in. With two down, Ramirez tries to work his way into scoring position. 36 steals on the season. Quick throw to first. He dives back safely. Guardians 2, Diamondbacks 1. Brandon Pfaadt working from the stretch. Here's his pitch. Pitch outs on. Nothing doing.
No one home. They know this is a good time for Jose to run, so it's not a bad idea right there.
Jose Caballero of the Yankees with 39 stolen bases leads baseball. Here's the 1-0, swung on, and there's a slow tapper to third. Scooped up by Alexander, throws on the run, and Naylor's retired at first on a close play. Side retired for the Guardians. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Cleveland 2, Arizona.
Celebra tú también con Betcris.
Boomer is the dog. Doesn't he look good? I just follow his picture all the way. And there he is. Boomer's dad.
That was kind of a change from the everyday thing that we normally do as far as baseball cards are concerned.
Hey, I have a Labrador. Where's my card?
You know, a little bit different, and it turned out to be a fun experience.
It was just when the camera crew tried to leave that there was a problem. You can't leave.
Get a $15 O'Reilly Auto Parts gift card after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of select Mobil 1 synthetic motor oil in-store or online.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. The Glenn Beck Program. Just to give you some real news. Tomorrow from 10 to noon on WTAM 1100.
Ketel Marte will get it started in the bottom of the third for the Diamondbacks. And the debut game for Parker Messick continues. First pitch swinging. Marte rifles one to short. Backhand grab by Arias, and he guns him down at first base.
That was a major league play all around. Line shot from Marte at Arias at short. Absolutely puts a hand down on the ground and gets a nice back pick on him. Throws a good, strong throw to first base with another good pick by Manzardo over there, too. But well done by the Cleveland defense.
That'll bring up Geraldo Perdomo. Bounce to first his first time up. Here's Messick's pitch. And it's a fastball strike. I know a small sample size for you watching Arias, but how impressed have you been with his work at short?
I mean, he's a real solid shortstop. I got to play with some good shortstops, too. So I was very fortunate. They made my life easier over at second base, too. But no, he is fantastic so far to watch. Some of those guys are just, it looks like they're just born to play the position.
The 0-1 is swung on and lined to right. Kafis comes on, makes the catch of a sinking liner. And Perdomo's retired. 2 well-hit balls in this third inning, but that's the other facet when a pitcher moves up from AAA. The theory is the defense should be better, and I think in Cleveland's case, it certainly is.
You got a major league defense behind you. A lot of people don't realize that when you're talking about how hard it is to hit. Not only are you trying to hit this pitcher, but you have the big league defenders behind him as well.
Corbin Carroll steps in with 2 quick outs from Parker Messick, and he leaves a pitch low and in for a ball. Now the young man starting to settle in now in his big league debut. Here's his 1-0. Breaking ball, down low, 2-0.
Yeah, he looks good. Looks to be settling in. You just want to make sure he's hydrating when he gets in that dugout, controlling his emotions, because that adrenaline rush is going to wear on you a little bit more than you're used to.
The 2-0 pitch, that's in there for a strike. Good fastball, and that fastball right around 93.
Yeah, but it plays. It plays off his stuff well.
And when you can sink it, cut it, and then have your standard four-seamer and some different looks on the fastball for the hitter. Here's the 2-1. Swung on, and that's lined to center. That gets down for a base hit. Corbin Carroll aboard at first base with a 2-out single.
2-out singles are okay. You can live with those.
Well, that's back-to-back innings where the first 2 hitters have been retired, and then a base hit. Now Lourdes Gurriel will step in. RBI single back in the first inning. That tied the game at the time. Now the Guardians are back in front. It's 2-1. Bottom of the third inning. Here's the pitch. Fastball just missed inside. Messick out of Florida State, the 85th Florida State product to make it to the major leagues.
Almost transferred there.
Really?
Before Arizona State.
Here comes the 1-0. Off speed on the outside corner for a strike. What was the difference maker?
I think they were joking, and Arizona State was serious about bringing me in. But I think, no, I was talking to him a lot. It never turned into an official offer. I think they were waiting to see what happened with the draft, if they needed another outfielder at the time. Would have been thrilled to have played at either school, but Arizona State kind of just gained more traction and turned into an offer, and I immediately jumped on it because it was a second chance opportunity for me after transferring out of Kentucky.
So you're talking about the transfer time then.
Didn't have to sit out a year, didn't have to, yeah.
How about today's game? What would it have been like for you in that scenario, the way the transfer rules are and NIL money? Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball low and in.
I don't even know what the transfer rules are now. I know NIL money's nice. I don't know how much. I don't think I would be getting any. Literally from would have been after my freshman year. And baseball, don't confuse baseball with the football NIL money that they're getting.
The 2-1 is popped up foul and out of play, first base side. Well, it is rotating rosters in college baseball, very much so.
I don't like it too much, that part.
2-2, the count on Gurriel. 2-1, Guardians in front, bottom of the third. Messick flips one over to first, chasing Carroll back.
That being said, the NCAA was getting away with making a lot of money for a long time off players and not doing anything. So it's hit or miss. There's pros and cons to each side of it.
Now the 2-2 pitch from Parker Messick. Swung on, ripped foul outside of third, just past the third base coach for the Diamondbacks. That is Sean Larkin, former player development coach in Cleveland's organization. And of course, Torey Lovello, a longtime manager in Cleveland's system. The 2-2, down low, ball 3.
Yeah, I think Torey was in Columbus the year before I got there. So I just missed playing for him.
Well, he's had a good run here, his 10th season with Arizona. Led them to the World Series in 2023.
I had Mike Sarbaugh, who was third base coach for us for a long time, up top in Cleveland. I think now he's over with the Mets.
The 3-2 swing and a miss, strike 3. The good changeup from Parker Messick strikes out Gurriel. That's his third strikeout. And we played 3 in Phoenix. It's the Guardians 2, the Diamondbacks 1.
Peter & Company Jewelers in Avon Lake is family owned and trusted for over 37 years. Their knowledgeable jewelers can match.
Interrumpimos este video para recordarte que puedes endulzar tu día con una dulcerapia de la lechera.
This is going to be one of those games that you're going to have to fight the elements. Wow! And I don't think that'll be the last bat toss we see tonight.
I would imagine not. As he slid behind Neto, took out his legs, but Neto held onto the ball.
Check out what our cameras caught. That's right. Smacking himself in the face when he really likes to pump himself up and make himself angry.
Oh, he used the hat. That's pretty nice.
Yeah, take a bow. All right, absolutely.
With these designs, I wanted to bring out the Old English letter font, but add a twist to it. This is one I've developed over the years and used on a lot of tattoos. You could tell a sign painter or a lettering person by their numbers. That reveals a lot about them. It's an honor to design for the Dodgers. It's almost gone beyond sports, even into fashion. People wear LA caps all over the world.
To be in, the middle of New York to display a card like this is really such a big part of the Fanatics mission. We think about how do we create new experiences. Now we get the opportunity to put incredible Holy Grail cards in front of tens of thousands, if not millions of new people. It's not just about collectors today, but also about how do we bring new collectors into the space as well. It's really what we do it all for.
Find us on the web at ttx-inc.com. TTX, technically, people matter.
Hi, it's Phil Wills. How much stuff do we make in Ohio? Tomorrow morning, 9:07, News Radio WTAM 1100.
Two to one, Guardians in front, fourth inning underway, and Gabriel Arias swings and misses. And a sinker from Brandon Pfaadt. Arias struck out his first time up. The only strikeout so far for the right-hander, Brandon Pfaadt. Here's his pitch, and it's outside for a ball. You spell Pfaadt, not really how it sounds. It's P-F-A-A-D-T.
Actually, I'd always wondered how to pronounce his name until today.
The 1-1 swung on, and that's blasted high and deep to right. It's slicing down the line, foul. Just a long strike. Oh, I'm glad we could help you out with it today.
Yeah. If I got anything from these 3 games, it was that.
Here's the 1-2 to Arias. Called strike 3. Good fastball caught the outside corner. And Arias is caught looking to open the fourth. Jim Rosenhaus along with Jason Kipnis joining us for this series here in Phoenix. And it's been great to have you here, Kip. And
good to see you again. I love when we get these series together.
I know you're busy doing all kinds of different stuff. C.J. Kafis, the batter, takes a pitch down low for a ball.
Trying to be. Trying to stay busy. Good busy. You get bored fast after retiring, I can tell you that.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Just missed. 2-0. Well, I imagine the restaurant business is keeping you on your toes.
Yeah. We've got a couple down in the flats, if anybody knows in Cleveland, of the Welcome to the Farm and the Goodnight John Boys. And but we open up that one called Shiso in Miami, and taking up a lot of time and a lot of effort, but been worth it. It's got off to a good start. When it cools down, when it gets a little cold in Cleveland and you want to get a trip out of there, try Miami and go to Shiso.
The 2-1 is lined to center, and reaching up to make the catch is Thomas on a screamer off the bat of C.J. Kafis.
That was hit hard. You saw it knuckling. We had a perfect view of kind of the route the center fielder had to take, kind of going back and forth between to get a read on it. You know it's squared up perfectly when it starts knuckling on the outfielder.
2 up, 2 down. Brian Rocchio will step in. Top of the fourth, 2-1, Cleveland in front. Fought delivers, and his pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Changeup to start him off. Rocchio with an RBI on that ground out in the second inning. That's the difference in the game. C.J. Kafis was at third after a triple, and Rocchio got him in. Switch hitter left side. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, ground ball to the second baseman. Vargas is up with it. Throws to first in time for the out. Side retired in order. We head to the bottom of the fourth. It's the Guardians 2, the Diamondbacks 1.
We wanted to introduce something new. And then working in some of our past and what the past can look like in the future. I think our players absolutely love it, and our fans, we think they'll learn to love it, especially if you can win in it. You know, that kind of solves everything.
Not available in all states.
Cleveland's news, talk, and sports on WTAM 1100 and on 106.9 FM.
Parker Messick, a solid 3 innings to start his major league career, and he starts the fourth inning facing Blaze Alexander and throws a fastball right by him for strike one. The 24-year-old out of Plant City, Florida, and Florida State winds it up the 0-1. Breaking ball drops on the outside corner. A beauty. 0-2 the count. Well, the pitch mix has been excellent from Messick.
He can pitch. You can tell. He has the feel for it.
And the area where they really felt he improved at Columbus the last month or so, attacking the strike zone consistently. The 0-2 swung on, and there's a pop-up to right center. Moving over, making the catch is C.J. Kafis. And there's one down here in the fourth. Ildemaro Vargas will step in. He struck out his first time up. It looks like he's managed his emotions well.
Yeah,
you get called up in and faced the Chicago White Sox in your debut.
Gavin Floyd. Tons of cutters, and had not seen a cutter really down in the minor leagues at all.
That was back in July of 2011. Vargas first pitch swinging, skies one to right center. Tracking it is Martinez, and he makes the catch for the second out in the inning. And there's two quick ones for Parker Messick.
I was going well. I down in AAA before that for about a month. I think I was real hot before. Was hoping and thinking I might have the chance to get called up, and you want to get called up when you're feeling your best and have a bunch of confidence. But I think then I hit a little skid for about a week and then get called up. And I think Mike Sarbaugh, who was the AAA manager at the time, kind of brings me into his office.
Tyler Locklear, the batter, takes a strike.
And he's kind of like, I know we both kind of thought you were going earlier. He's like, when you think you're in, you're out, and when you're out, you're in.
Here's the 0-1. In there for a strike, 0-2.
So I got up there. I think I wasn't in the lineup the first day. I think I had a game to kind of get acclimated and to watch it. But I was almost just a fan with just front row seats right there. It's like I just got good tickets at a game is what it kind of felt like. But I might have changed a little things about my debut, or mentally, kind of the way I approached it.
The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike three. Well, physically and mentally, Parker Messick has it together today in his debut. 4 innings complete now. He heads back to that dugout with a 2-1 lead. The Guardians.
As someone who grew up in the era of the twist, the locomotion, the Freddy, and other outrageous dances, the floss is easily the worst of all time.
The fan did touch that ball, and that's a big whoops. Any relation to Grant? I don't know. That guy was having a hard time figuring out what screen he was supposed to be looking at.
What a play! Alan Rodin. And hopefully he is all right.
Look at it's his eye black. That's his eye black. It has been transferred from face to wall.
Union and Ohio Lesson.
This is Bill Wills. Mike and I back with you in the morning for Cleveland's Morning News, 6 to 10, News Radio, WTAM 1100.
The number 9 hitter, Angel Martinez, leads things off for the Guardians in the 5th inning. It's 2-1 Cleveland, facing Brandon Pfaadt, who fires a pitch outside for ball 1. Pfaadt right back with a 1-0 pitch. Swung on, popped it up foul. This one comes straight back and out of play. So 1-1 on Martinez. He bounced to second his first time up. Switch hitter in center field today. Here's the 1-1 from Pfaadt. Outside and low, 2-1. Jim Rosenhaus along with Jason Kipnis filling in for Hammy here in Arizona. We'll have Cody Allen with us over the weekend in Texas, and then Tom is back on Monday. Here's the 2-1. Swung on, lined, left side, base hit in the left field.
Good piece of hitting on a fastball away right there. Or actually a changeup away, excuse me. Stayed through the zone with the barrel, got just enough of it, flipped it over the shortstop. Cleveland's offense is off and running here.
Here's Stephen Kwan. But I'd love to give Messick a little breathing room. Parker Messick, if you're just tuning in, the starter today for the Guardians, making his major league debut, and he's been impressive. Kwan, 1 for 2 with a game-opening single back in the first inning. Here's the pitch to him, and it's outside and high for a ball.
No, he's handling his debut fantastically right now. As I was saying before, I think hadn't seen a cutter down in the minor leagues, and Gavin Floyd that threw predominantly cutters. Broke my bat, my first at-bat ever of my career. Dribbler right back to the pitcher.
Here's the 1-0. Up and in, 2-0.
And you're almost like, good, I didn't strike out. Like you take like the little things out of it. You're almost just happy about it. You're like, I get a run in first base in a major league game. You're just so excited about everything that you just really, that's what I would kind of change to be like, I might have built it up to be too much.
The 2-0 up on the outside corner for a strike, 2-1.
I think I flied out my second at bat, and then my third at bat. I think it was a tie game like in the 6th or 7th inning. Started off the inning, I got hit by a pitch. One of the cutters then came into my shin. And it was like one of those dumb ones. Hold on. Pick up.
Throw to first, back safely.
Where you see, like, I should have gone down. Like, it hurt like heck. But I was, like, trying to amp it up and, like, pump up everybody and try to run to first base. But I'd just been hitting the shin and, like, couldn't feel, like, my lower leg. So I'm running to first base like a pirate, basically, with a wooden leg.
Here's the 2-1. Swung on, and that's lifted high in the air to shallow left center. Cutting across and in to make the catch is the center fielder, Thomas. One down in the inning, and Martinez remains at first.
Manny Acta, who was the manager at the time, I think it was pretty evident. It was pretty clear that my leg was hurting. I think I got pitch ran for, and that was the end of the debut. But I had parents there and friends. Well, I had parents were in Cleveland. My mom never made it to the game, actually.
Daniel Schneemann, the batter. Here's the pitch, and it's outside for a ball.
So I don't know if she'd like me telling this story, but I think she ended up going to Cleveland Clinic. I think she had a kidney stone come up right when she got there. And I won't tell the rest of the story, but the scans for the kidney stones kind of found other stuff that led to a whole different things. But, yeah, so she actually never made it to the game.
The 1-0 misses inside but gets away from McCann, the catcher, and that's going to allow Martinez to move up to second base.
I pretend to hold it against her still to this day.
No.
She wasn't there for her baby's debut.
Was she in the hospital at the time?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
Selfishly. It's my debut, Jim.
That's true. Well, I'm sure the game was on the radio or TV in the hospital.
She got to listen to you then.
Here's the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-1. You don't think Floyd was throwing at you on purpose just to say, hey, I heard this guy was tearing it up down in AAA.
I think at that time he was probably pissed he just let this rookie get on base.
So you don't get a hit in your debut, but a couple of days later, your first major league hit, about as memorable as they come.
I think I was 0 for my first 7 or 8 by that time. I think it was. Now I'm going about 2 games, no hits, just a hit by pitch, and I'm starting to think, I was like, this is why I didn't want to come up when I was slumping, like nothing was feeling good. You start questioning some stuff. You're like, why is this different? Am I ever going to get a hit up at this level? Why is this such a different speed of the game? But then it turned into one of those prayers in the on-deck circle.
2-1 the count on Schneemann. Here's Fott's pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Where you're just like, it was a bases loaded, bottom of the ninth, tie ball game, and you're just like, if I were ever to get a hit, you start convincing yourself. The mental side of this game is huge. You're like, if I were to ever get a hit, now's the time to do it. I'm fine with the 0 for 7 or 8 until if this one comes through right now.
The 2-2 delivery up high for a ball. 3-2 on Schneemann.
Single through the right side. Walk-off win. I watched Torrey Hunter was on the Angels. He was the one on the right fielder. I watched, as I'm running to first base, I watched him just launch the ball into right field. Sandy did a great job of going to track it down for me.
Now the payoff pitch. He tried to check his swing, couldn't do it. May have been a strike anyway. Schneemann, a strikeout victim. That's the third for Brandon Fott. 2 down in the inning as Martinez remains at second with the Guardians in front 2-1. Here in the top of the 5th.
And then I learned the hard way that after walk-off hits on the Cleveland team, they celebrate with kidney punches, and they celebrate with Indian burns and anything else that's going on in that little pile-on. But you don't really feel a thing during that.
A memorable event for your career, I'm sure, and what a great way to get your first major league hit.
The game slows down after that. You just want to, because you start to convince yourself that you belong there. And once you see that first one get through the hole, you're just like, okay, I can do this. You're not looking at zeros anymore on the board.
Jose Ramirez is walked intentionally. Kyle Manzardo steps in, and he takes a pitch down low for ball 1. So first and second here now for the Guardians with 2 down. Martinez at second, Ramirez on at first. Manzardo has been hit by a pitch and lined to short. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1 to count.
Yeah.
Were they doing the thing where You get back in the clubhouse and they throw you in the shower and
oh, yeah.
throw everything on you?
Oh, yeah. You get put into a laundry bin after your first, whether it's hit or a win as a pitcher, and you're basically turned into a stew.
Here's the 1-1. Swung on. There's a chopper to first, and it stays fair. Picked up by Locklear, who takes it to the bag in time. We'll get into more of that because it might be that kind of day for Parker Messick. We'll see.
All right, I got a couple packs of 1986 Topps baseball cards. Let's open them up and see who's in here. I love the bubble gum. Oh my. Tom Seaver, but with a White Sox uniform on. The franchise for the Mets. I played with him in 1983, my rookie season. I was just in awe with these guys when I saw them in spring training and got a chance to play with them. Baseball cards of memories.
Yeah, but how often does that happen?
Complaining about sports? Not so great. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Make WTAM 1100 a preset on our free iHeartRadio app and listen to Guardians Baseball.
First pitch swinging, Alec Thomas hits a tapper back to the mound. Fielding it on the first base side of the mound is Messick, but Manzardo was not at first base. He had come off to maybe make a play and did not get back in time, and Thomas is safe at first base with an infield single.
You know what? It was a slider away off the end of the bat, like kind of a swinging bunt to the right side, and Manzardo he was just indecisive and wasn't sure. I'm not sure why he was breaking towards the ball like he had any chance of that. It's either a single pass a pitch or he needs to be over at first base, so a miscue on Manzardo on that one.
So James McCann steps in, shows bunt, takes a strike on the outside corner. 2-1, Guardians in front. Parker Messick in his major league debut has been terrific. He's allowed the 1 run on now 4 hits. He has struck out 4 and walked a batter, the first batter he faced in the big leagues. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball down low, 1-1. And you could certainly chalk that up to maybe some jitters facing the first hitter in the major leagues, but he's been solid since with the command.
No, he looks settled in right now. He looks great.
Here's the 1-1. Swung on, and that's lined to shallow left center. That gets down for a base hit. Cut off by Martinez, who then falls over. Rounding third, heading for home is Thomas. There'll be a throw. The play at the plate. He is out.
Lot going on in that play right there. Line drive out to left center. First to third, Thomas was running hard right there. Martinez tumbles with the ball and kind of goes to second base to get the slower running McCann, but throws it into Arias real quick. Thinking it was going into second, the third base coach sent Thomas home, and with Arias' arm, he was just gone by a lot. Good pick, though, by Naylor right there on the short hop.
So it remains a 2-1 Guardians lead as the Diamondbacks ran on Gabriel Arias on a relay. You don't do that.
You do not.
Up to the plate now, top of the lineup, Ketel Marte takes a strike on the outside corner. If you can get the ball to Arias somehow on a relay play, usually the results are great. Next pitch, low and in, 1-1.
Here's that big league defense we were talking about, though. Comes in handy. Real good pick by Naylor at home before that throw.
Well, the Guardians just upper echelon in terms of their relays from the outfield to throw out runners at the plate, maybe third base. The 1-1 swung on, line, right side, base hit into right field. Headed for third is McCann, and that's all he goes as he's held up right there by Larkin. And another base hit here in the inning, the third in the inning, and it's runners on the corners with one out.
Yeah, this is the dangerous part of this offense. Not only the top of the lineup, but when that bottom of the lineup gets anybody on and turns it over for these guys, this is where they put up most of their runs. So hopefully a ground ball, maybe a double play here to get them out of the inning, but he's got some work to do right now.
No action in the Guardians bullpen. Messick at 66 pitches here in the fifth inning as he's had some quick innings. So no danger there. And now trying to work through it in the fifth. Infield at double play depth for Geraldo Perdomo. Here's the pitch. And it's down low for ball one. Time for the Cleveland Clinic. Caregiver shout out. Good folks at the clinic want to thank the caregivers at Lutheran Hospital for everything they do to care for patients and families. 1-0 the count on Perdomo, who's 0 for 2. Here's Messick's pitch. He tried to check his swing, foul tipped it into the glove, and the count's now 1-1. Messick with 10 ground ball double plays induced at AAA, so he can get that done. And there's a swing and a bouncer to short. Up with it, Arias steps on the bag for one, rifles the throw to first in time for the out. Big stretch by Manzardo, and Messick works out of it with amazingly no damage done in an inning where the Diamondbacks put together 3 base hits, but it did not matter. And we will head to the 6th inning. 2-1. Cleveland still in front.
Peter & Company Jewelers in Avon Lake is family owned and trusted for over 37 years. Their knowledgeable jewelers can match that perfect piece.
Well, when we moved downtown San Diego from Qualcomm to Petco Ballpark, new uniforms were on the way, and this is the Padre home white. This jersey is from 2007, which was a career year for myself, winning a Cy Young. There's some different memories that stand out. One in this uniform against the Braves, where I struck out a Padre record 16, wearing this jersey, trying to make the Padre and the Friar faithful proud.
Free. Just call 811 at least 2 business days prior to digging. For more info, visit enbridgegas.com.
Clay Travis and Buck Sexton.
News and politics and who knows.
Noon to 3 tomorrow. WTAM 1100.
Let's pause 10 seconds. Station ID on the Cleveland Clinic Guardians Radio Network.
News, talk, sports. This is WTAM 1100, Cleveland, home of the Cavaliers and Guardians, an iHeartRadio station.
Jim Rosenhaus along with Jason Kipnis bringing you Guardians baseball today from Phoenix, Arizona. We head to the 6th inning, and Bo Naylor looks at ball one outside from the starter, right-hander Brandon Pfaadt. Naylor is 0 for 2 with a run batted in. The 1-0 in tight, 2-0. Guardians today, that their 2 runs, which have been enough so far, came on groundouts to the second baseman. Here's the 2-0 pitch. In tight, 3-0. In addition to myself and Kip, here in the booth, we have Walt Ellis, our on-site engineer. Brian Motze back home at Command Center. The 3-0 on the inside corner for a strike, 3-1. And if you're heading out after the workday in rush hour traffic in Northeast Ohio, thanks for having us on. Here's the 3-1, and there's a swing and a bouncer to the shortstop. Up with it, Perdomo fires to first just in time. Naylor made it close, but he's retired. 1 down for Gabriel Arias, who's been up twice, struck out twice, but his contributions defensively today have kept this game 2-1 Cleveland.
Players and fans alike think that just the box score hitting is the only way you can make a contribution in games, or that's what they look at first and foremost, but there are many other ways to contribute to a win for a team.
He swings and misses at the first pitch from Fott for strike 1. Last inning alone, threw out a runner at the plate on a relay, and then turned a double play on the infield to get out of the inning. Next pitch to him, inside for a ball, and it's 1-1. And that's been a big key to the Guardians' success post All-Star break. Improved defense. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, and there's a chopper to short. Nice high hop for Perdomo, who fields and throws, and he gets him at first base. 2 down.
A lot of ground balls today between both teams. These pitchers their stuff's moving all the way around and keeping them off balance. A lot of weak contact.
C.J. Kafis will step in. First major league triple for Kafis. Came back in the second inning. He's 1 for 2. Here's the pitch to him. Low and in for a ball. Everstream is Cleveland's business-only fiber network. Get the reliable connectivity your business deserves with fiber, internet, Ethernet, and more. Everstream, faster fiber, better business. Here's the 1-0. Kafis looks at it outside for ball 2. Change up that time from Fott. Now the 2-0 on the outside corner for a strike.
Might have been given a gift right there.
Here's the 2-1 to Kafis. It looked like the same pitch, and that's called ball 3. Yeah. And Kafis, his ability to identify strikes.
They ended up the same spot, but one was a changeup going across the play. The other one was a curveball coming back around it.
The 3-1 catches the inside corner at the knees for strike 2.
And if it's just off the plate, the changeup looks like it at least crosses in the zone from a righty. The curveball looks like it never gets to that plate.
Now the payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Kafis caught looking. Side retired. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Guardians 2, Diamondbacks 1.
Hey, Guardians fans, Medical Mutual cares about the health and well-being of Ohioans like you. That's why
You like to quietly plot your moves on the diamond, Scorpio, but you also know that it takes the entire team to win a game. Next time you're in the clubhouse, you can initiate a strategy session to maximize everyone's strengths. Working with your teammates to nail down a game plan is the best way to get one step closer to that spot in the postseason.
AM 1100.
Parker Messick back out there for the Guardians. Fires a first pitch strike to Corbin Carroll. The rookie lefty in his major league debut has been terrific, and his 0-1 is up high, and it's 1-1. He hits this inning at 69 pitches. He's allowed the 1 run on 6 hits. The defense behind him has been terrific.
There's something to be said about that for a guy who just gets on the mound, gets the ball and goes and fills up the zone. Defenders love that. Love a pitcher who works fast and throws strikes.
The 1-1 is swung on and missed by Carroll in a left-on-left situation here. Messick winds it up. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Good pitch.
Carroll down on strikes on the 5th strikeout by Messick. And it'll bring up Lourdes Gurriel. Vice President of Player Development Stephen Oster talking about Messick and his improvements. Throwing some more sinkers as he got deeper into his season, and that seems to have made a difference for him. More strikes, a lot more weak contact. There's a swing and a pop-up foul out of play off to the right.
That guy's caught 2, I think.
Same guy?
That or the other guy that's standing up right there, but they're 4 seats apart with wearing the same clothes. I was wondering that about Messick. I was kind of paying attention earlier to see if he's going to just show his whole repertoire early because he just wants to establish himself and get the outs, or if he's going to treat it like just another start.
The 0-1 is line foul off to the right, and quickly it's 0-2 on Gurriel. And we've seen a lot of this ahead of the hitters.
Yeah.
Now the 0-2 pitch from Parker Messick. Fastball up, and it's 1-2. You know, Messick kind of got on the radar for fans, I think, in spring training. He started the breakout game, big-time prospect game that got a lot of notoriety. His 1-2 swung on and missed, strike 3. Fastball blew it by him.
Does he look comfortable right now? Ooh.
Seemingly gaining confidence with each passing inning.
You have to like what you're seeing if you're a Cleveland fan.
Blaze Alexander steps in, 0 for 2. But then Messick started the Futures game as part of All-Star Week.
Did he really?
Yep. Scoreless inning. Here's his pitch, and it's swung on and lined to left. Kwan coming on, makes the catch, and it's yet another quick inning for Parker Messick. Retires the side in order, and we've played 6 in downtown Phoenix. It's the Guardians 2, the Diamondbacks 1.
It is a 1933 Gaudi Babe Ruth card. It is 8.5 PSA. It's graded higher than the one in the Smithsonian.
This card at one point came with a pack or a stick of chewing gum.
This card actually is almost a century old. It was bought for a penny.
So the fact that just the heritage of a card like this is now coming up almost 90 years later into an auction, it's a pretty special moment.
To learn more. Hi, it's Bill Wills. Tomorrow morning we'll be joined by Fox's Shannon Bream to talk about the news on News Radio WTAM 1100.
Guardians leading by a run as Brian Rocchio leads it off in the 7th inning, and he swings and misses. And an excellent curveball from Brandon Pfaadt. The starter for the Diamondbacks has been good, but overshadowed by the Major League debut of Parker Messick for the Guardians. The 0-1. And that's low and in, 1-1. We're chuckling during the break. You're a restaurateur, and your culinary habits at night, my goodness. The 1-1, outside and low, 2-1. What's a good meal to have right before bed?
Well, for me last night it was wings and queso fundido, queso dip. It looked great on the menu at the lobby restaurant bar.
The 2-1 is swung on and missed. 2-2.
I wonder why my stomach hurts in the middle of the night or when I get up.
Are you sure you retired? Because that's mid-season form for a player right there.
No, mid-season would have been chicken tenders with barbecue sauce and fries.
The 2-2. In tight, ball 3.
I don't know if there's a hotel I haven't tried the chicken tenders at one in the major leagues.
They all have them, right?
They all have them. It's called the kids menu.
Here's the 3-2. Swung on, and there's a slow tapper to first, and it rolls right to the bag where Locklear picks it up and steps on the bag for the out. 1 down.
Don't act like you're a beacon of health.
No. But so when they show up, expecting to see the kids who ordered off the kids menu, and they see you. What
they
happens?
See a grown adult. They're like, "Oh, your little one's in bed," and I was like, "Yeah, shh, don't wake them."
Number 9 hitter, Angel Martinez steps in. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, strike one. 2-1, Guardians in front here in the 7th in a game that, as we get deeper into this thing, only 37 games left, including today. Every game so important. Here's the 0-1, swung on, and that's looped foul and out of play. Starting play today, wild card wise, the Guardians were 3 games back of both Boston and Seattle for that 3rd and final wild card spot. They're tied at 2nd and 3rd. The Yankees now the top wild card team, a game ahead of those two. Here's the 0-2, swung on, foul back and out of play. The Mariners have already played today and already lost today to the Phillies. 11-2 the final score there. Meanwhile, Detroit keeps rolling. They beat Houston 7-2. And the Astros are struggling. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down in the inning. But Houston and Seattle, they're battling for the top spot in the AL West. Whichever one loses out on that's going to slip into the wild card chase. And both of them are really having a tough time winning ball games lately. So they put themselves right in the picture for the teams chasing them.
No, we're absolutely getting to that time where you kind of start scoreboard watching a little bit more. Where almost each win and each loss kind of affects you. You start kind of calculating everything off of people.
Like,
oh, this is good that this guy lost, but this team won, and just kind of everything starts to matter.
Stephen Kwan, the batter, swings and rips one on one hop to the second baseman, Vargas. He snares it and throws to first in time. And a quick inning for the Guardians in the 7th. Stretch time in Phoenix. It's Cleveland 2, Arizona 1.
Get ready for the biggest show in the land. Rockin' Blast, presented by Echo Health. Progressive Field has your front row seat for a jaw-dropping fireworks spectacular set to your favorite 90s hits. Bright colors, booming sound, awesome videos for 2 nights following the Guardians games on August 29th and 30th. Get tickets at CLEGuardians.com.
Hi, Pat Moran here with Window World, proud partner of the Cleveland Guardians. We serve homeowners throughout northern Ohio, western Pennsylvania, and West Virginia with quality replacement windows, doors, siding, and gutters, all with everyday low pricing.
Interrumpimos este video para recordarte que puedes endulzar tu día con una dulcerapia de la lechera.
To work in the bottom of the 7th, and his first pitch is a strike to Ildemaro Vargas. 0-1 the count. We've said that a lot today about Parker Messick. Here's his 0-1. Swung on, a chopper to third. Backhand pickup, Schneemann. Long throw in time.
Another good changeup right there, keeping them off balance all day long so far.
And he works fast.
I
You
know,
mentioned
I
that
love it.
last inning. He's not messing around out there, and it has really been an impressive debut. Hunter Gaddis is warming up behind him in the pen just in case. Messick, he was at 78 pitches coming into this inning. And an early out to Vargas. Now Tyler Locklear Big right-handed hitting first baseman who skies one foul down the right side and out of play. They got him from the Mariners in a deadline deal. Had a big year at AAA with Seattle. And there's a swing and a bouncing ball through the left side, a base hit into left. So a one-out base runner, tying run aboard for Arizona here in the 7th. Alec Thomas will be the batter, a left-handed hitter. Thomas is 2 for 2, a pair of singles. Messick working into the 7th. He sets at the belt. Here's his pitch. Swung on, ground ball right side. Diving stop, Manzardo. To second for 1. That's all they get, but what a play by Manzardo to get the lead runner and prevent that ball from getting into the outfield.
Yeah, no chance for a double play there, but a great ranging dive to the right for Manzardo. Got the slower runner going from first to second, so you just get the force out at 2. And we got another 2 quick outs, though.
And it looks like that's going to be it for Parker Messick. Stephen Vogt makes his way to the mound. He has Hunter Gaddis ready to go in the pen. Jason Kipnis said, if you're Messick, I don't think you could ask for much more than that.
Not much more. Head high. Well done, kid. And you're going to hear it from the Cleveland fans here.
Wow, a standing O by a lot of the fans behind the Cleveland dugout. And we mentioned earlier, Mom and Dad are here. His girlfriend, sister, grandma, among others. And they saw their favorite Cleveland Guardian pitch a gem today. His day.
Flip with the glove. That was not a good idea.
All he needed to do was try to get the lead guy by giving him a nice, easy feed.
No, stay on your feet. No. I thought he was going to stay on his feet.
Uh-oh. The Goose did not know that the game was starting. Maybe the Goose thought it was 6:45 first pitch time.
Oh, man, off the glove and off the dome. He's saying, oh, man, what happened? It's a moment that he'll never forget, and that'll be on the blooper everywhere.
And gutters, call 1-800-NEW-WINDOW or visit our many showrooms or go to windowworldpenohio.com. Go Guardians!
The Glenn Beck Program, just to give you some real news. Tomorrow from 10 to noon on WTAM 1100.
James McCann steps in, and he looks at a pitch up high from Hunter Gaddis for ball 1. Gaddis on here in the 7th inning with a runner at first, 2 down. Guardians lead 2-1 after that tremendous effort by the starter, Parker Messick. Here's the 1-0. And it's on the outside corner for a strike. And it's the longest outing for a first start by a Guardians rookie pitcher since Cody Anderson back in June of 2015 against Tampa Bay.
Big rig.
Throw to first, diving back in is the base runner Thomas. Anderson worked 7 2/3 innings. Boy, he
was nasty.
He had a great debut and then injuries. Yeah. But he had a good little run there at the start of his career. The 1-1 swung on, popped it up foul and out of play off to the right.
Yeah, this is the guy we want to get out right here before this lineup turns over. You don't want to get it back to the top of the lineup with Marte with the runner scoring position only up 1 here. So you'd like nobody to be on base for their order.
Gaddis ahead of McCann, 1-2. Here's the pitch. Down low, 2-2. Gaddis has been busy again. This is his 57th appearance. 1-1, an ERA of 3.29. Leads the team with 25 holds. And he's on in that kind of spot right here, protecting a 1-run lead. Guardians trying to get out of here, taking 2 out of 3. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on and skied high in the air to center.
Attaboy.
Settling under it, Martinez. And he makes the catch to retire the side. Gaddis does the job. We head to the 8th. Guardians 2, Diamondbacks 1.
Interrumpimos este video para recordarte que puedes endulzar tu día con una dulcerapia de la lechera.
I believe this one's it's a rookie card, I know, but I feel like it's the first card that I ever, big league card. Obviously, as a kid, trying to get to the big leagues, the dream of making it, but as a kid that had cards, right, as a kid, this is like seeing your card the first time is pretty cool. So that's pretty powerful when you see that card.
Damage restoration.
Hi, it's Bill Wills. How much stuff do we make in Ohio? Tomorrow morning, 9:07, News Radio WTAM 1100.
The Guardians are proud to partner with Cleveland Cliffs, America's iron and steel leader. To learn more, visit cliffssteel.com. 2-1 Cleveland as we head to the 8th inning here in Phoenix. And a new pitcher is on for the Diamondbacks. It is right-hander Juan Murillo. Takes over for Brandon Pfaadt, who was terrific for Arizona, but Parker Messick was a little bit better. And it's 2-1 Cleveland here in the 8th. Leading things off for the Guardians, Daniel Schneemann takes a pitch down low for ball 1.
99. Hard thrower.
Part of a young bullpen for the D-backs due to injury mainly. And there's a swing and a miss by Schneemann. And quickly it's 1-1. Murillo, 34 appearances, is 0-2 with an ERA of 4.55. 30 strikeouts in 29 2/3 innings. The 1-1, that's outside for ball 2. They lost Justin Martinez and A.J. Puck to Tommy John surgery earlier in the season. That really hurt. 2 key arms. The 2-1 swung on, lined in the right field. A base hit for Schneemann. And the Guardians have a leadoff base runner here in the 8th. Now you'd love to add a little bit for that bullpen if you can.
It's 99, but you still got to locate it. That one was right over the heart of the plate.
Here's Jose Ramirez.
All right, Minnie.
1 for 2 with an infield single and been walked intentionally again. Here's the pitch. And it's a fastball strike on the outside corner. Ramirez this season has been walked intentionally 20 times now. Only Aaron Judge has been walked more on purpose.
They have the same stature, right?
Here's the 0-1. Fastball outside, 1-1. You know what, though? I had a chance to chat with Judge earlier this season, and Jose Ramirez is one of his favorite players.
I think he's a lot of the guys' favorite players, as he should be.
Here's the 1-1. Down low, 2-1.
Because it's just how he plays the game. He literally gives it everything, and I love that about him.
2-1 count here. He can zone in on something. Here's the pitch from Murillo. Outside, ball 3, would not chase.
Dangerous count here right now. You don't want to walk him. You don't want to get first and second no outs in this close game, but you don't want to give him a pitch.
The 3-1 from Juan Murillo is on its way. And it's swung on and popped up, foul, coming straight back and out of play. Off day tomorrow. Guardians are back in action in Arlington, Texas on Friday night. An 8:05 first pitch against the struggling Texas Rangers, who are playing themselves out of playoff contention, even with that tremendous starting rotation. Throw to first, diving back in is Schneemann.
That's another good time to run because you don't expect Jose to strike out too much.
Here's the payoff pitch. There goes Schneemann, and the pitch is popped up on the infield. Third base side of the mound, Alexander, the third baseman, makes the catch for the first out in the inning.
Figured as much. If it's a ball, he's going to take it as walk. You get to stand up as the runner stealing. But a lot of times he's going to put that ball in play if it's anywhere around the plate.
Now Kyle Manzardo, 0 for 2, and he's been hit by a pitch. The Guardians in Ohio's 529 College Advantage Plan are giving away a $10,000 college savings award. Visit collegeadvantage.com/Guardians to enter. Here's the pitch to Manzardo. Strike called on the inside corner. 99-mile-an-hour sinker. Schneemann with the lead over at first. Throw that way, and getting back safely is Schneemann. Was it a class that was astrophysics that you took?
Yeah.
All right, so you can probably help. How does a ball sink when it's going 99 miles an hour? Is that astrophysics?
I think that's just physics, to be honest. I think that's just the rotation of the ball, the pressure put down on wear. And I also could be absolutely wrong on all of this, but I think it is just the physics of it. I think it's literally the spin rate and the rotation of it. Listen, it's crazy what some of these guys can do with the baseball and how they can make it move and dance and all that. But, yeah, I don't think there's any astral about that.
0-2 the count on Manzardo. Next pitch, just missed inside. Another 99-mile-an-hour fastball from Murillo. Now he's just trying to put that degree to good use.
I hear you. If we were looking from the side and if it was a star, I could be able to maybe tell that it was going 99 miles an hour.
Here's the 1-2. Low and away. 2-2. Changeup. Changeup at 93.
Yeah, gosh. Yeah, me and I got to become very familiar with Excel.
Schneemann off the bag at first. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3.
Another good changeup right there at 92 only on this one, but when you're trying to gear up for 99, that 92 is it's just hard to kind of keep your weight for both.
Now Bo Naylor will give it a shot. Naylor 0 for 3. Did drive in a run, though, back in the first inning. Both runs for the Guardians came on RBI groundouts. One in the first, one in the second, and that's been enough.
Yeah.
2-1. Cleveland in front. We're in the 8th. Trying to make it 2 out of 3 here against the Diamondbacks.
It's nice when they're base hits and they're rallies, but make sure you you get the runs in when you can, because you never know. It might be that low-scoring game. You might be the only opportunities you get.
Here's the pitch to Naylor, and it sails back to the screen. Moving up 90 feet now into scoring position is Schneemann on the wild pitch. The count on Naylor 1-0. I wonder if he crossed McCann up. That wasn't even close. Murillo, the hard-throwing righty, 25 years of age, out of Venezuela. The 1-0, and he just missed outside with a changeup.
I think I saw some poll today that said catching was the hardest position in all of sports. Yeah, and it's probably because of guys like this who just, that ball comes in there so fast and it's moving.
Here's the 2-0. Swung on, foul back and out of play, just off to our left. What were some of the other contenders? Do you remember?
Let's see. Hockey goalie was up there. Cornerback and quarterback for football was up there. Soccer goalie was up there. Those might have been your top five.
Catchers, though, at the top, huh?
Yeah.
The 2-1. Swing and a miss. 2-2.
Catcher or closer, maybe. I think a closer was up there, too.
I would
all
think,
opinion-based, I'm guessing.
Well, most catchers would agree with you, I would think. 2-2 the count on Naylor. Schneemann at second. We're in the eighth. 2-1 Cleveland. Here's the pitch. And it's swung on and lofted foul off to the left again. Out of play.
Yeah, wouldn't mind a little bloop single right now of our own.
Hit up MLBshop.com. They have the largest and latest selection of jerseys, caps, hoodies, and more. Gear up, game on at MLBshop.com. 2-2 the count on Naylor. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Blew the fastball by him upstairs at 99. Side retired. We head to the bottom of the eighth. It's still the Guardians 2. The Diamondbacks.
Let's open this up. Take a look at what we find. Looks like we've got Lauren Shahadi.
Animation is great.
We got Robert Flores, one of the stars of MLB Central with Lauren Shahadi. Then we got Mark DeRosa. Look at that. He looks like Superman, does he not?
Right? He was when he was with the Cubs.
Harold Reynolds looking ripped in a tracksuit in Studio 42. There I am. The hair's on point.
I know this guy.
Look at that jawline.
Terms and conditions apply.
Cleveland's news, talk, and sports on WTAM 1100 and on 106.9 FM.
Yeah, top of the lineup here to face Hunter Gaddis. The Diamondbacks rolling out Ketel Marte, then Geraldo Perdomo and Corbin Carroll. So a big challenge here in the eighth inning for Gaddis, protecting a one-run lead. Marte, 1 for 2 with a walk. The pitch to him. Down low, ball one. Marte, a switch hitter, turns around, bats from the left side. After facing Parker Messick, a lefty, who was terrific today for the Guardians. Here's the 1-0. Bounced in there. 2-0 the count in his debut. Parker Messick pitches 6 2/3 innings. He allowed 1 run on 7 hits, walked 1, struck out 6. The 2-0 swung on, and there's a high fly ball to deep center. Back on it, Martinez makes the catch just as he got to the warning track. Marte retired for the first out in the 8th. That'll bring up Perdomo. See your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. They have the exciting new Toyota Camry, America's best-selling car, now all hybrid, and it's built right here in the USA. All Toyota offers are at Toyota.com. Here's Perdomo, 0 for 3. Another switch hitter. Gaddis, the right-hander, fires, and his pitch is in there for a strike. Hunter Gaddis came on last inning, picked up the final out in the 7th. Working now in the 8th with Cade Smith throwing behind him in the pen. Next pitch, off speed outside. One and one the count on Perdomo. Here's the pitch from Gaddis. Outside, ball 2. A couple of change-ups in this at-bat to Perdomo. Now the 2-1 delivery from Hunter Gaddis. Swung on, bouncing ball to the second baseman. Easy play for Rocchio. Flips on to first for the out. And Hunter Gaddis is making it look easy here in the 8th.
Yeah, let's keep it going.
2 up, 2 down. Corbin Carroll will step in. The triples machine.
He hit 2
last night.
I'd like to keep this guy off the bats.
Off of third base.
Off every base.
Well, he won't face Gaddis. It's going to be Cade Smith. As Stephen Vogt is out to the mound. He'll take the baseball and make the move right here. So we'll take a timeout. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. Guardians 2, Diamondbacks 1.
Hank Greenberg helped popularize the first baseman's mitt, holding a massive 13-inch pocketed glove. That was quickly banned, reducing the maximum size to 12 inches. Paul Richards also developed a black hole-sized catcher's mitt. This ginormous thing, measuring 42 inches in circumference, was known as Big Bertha, or the elephant, for its massive size. It was swiftly outlawed as well.
What is it about baseball cards that make them so special? Why do you enjoy doing that?
Well, the biggest thing is I started collecting when I was a kid. O-Pee-Chee was a Canadian hockey league, and then the Canadian football. But I didn't start in the U.S. until I had signed professionally as a ball player. And when I got my first rookie card, and I've got it here with me.
Let's take a peek at that.
1966 with Billy Sorrell.
This is Bill Wills. Mike and I back with you in the morning for Cleveland's Morning News, 6 to 10, News Radio, WTAM 1100.
And the Guardians turn to their closer early. Cade Smith coming on here in the 8th inning to try and pick up the final out, facing Corbin Carroll, with the Guardians in front 2-1. Carroll's 1 for 3. The pitch to him, outside, ball 1. Smith has been outstanding. This is 58th game. He's 5-4, an ERA of 2.73. 7 saves along the way. Here's the 1-0, and it's swung on and lifted high in the air to right. Kafis circling under it, and he makes the catch. And the dangerous Corbin Carroll's retired. So are the Diamondbacks in the 8th. We'll head to the 9th. Cleveland 2.
You know, in Boston, every now and then, you'll do those throwback days where you bring out the big baggy jerseys, and the baggier, the better. When I broke into the league, everybody was wearing really baggy pants, and then as the years go along, I started wearing these skinny, mini, tight pants that looked like they were painted on. So by the time I was with Boston, I really wanted to wear the baggier, the better. We just wanted to be flying around in the outfield there, having a good time.
Can we recognize the athleticism of the elite security down there?
Unbelievable. I give them 10 down. They're good.
Yeah. Look at that.
I mean, come on, Joe Ryan.
It's all part of the experience.
This is an experience tonight. Oh, look out. In between the legs of Jose Altuve, almost clipped his buddy in the on-deck circle.
Hey, that'll wake you up.
And Fortes is able to hang on to the foul tip.
Fortes getting a little help from the love handle there.
To learn more, visit rpmadison.com.
Make WTAM 1100 a preset on our free iHeartRadio app and listen to Guardians Baseball.
When you've got rust to bust, use PB Blaster, a Cleveland original since 1957. PB Blaster, always work it like a pro. New pitcher on for the Diamondbacks in the ninth inning. It's right-hander John Curtis facing Gabriel Arias, who takes a pitch up high for ball one. Arias is 0 for 3. We saw Curtis in the series opener on Monday night. The 1-0, down low, 2-0. On the year, Curtis is appearing in his 17th game. He's 2-0 with an earned run average of 3.80. Now the 2-0 pitch, way outside for ball 3.
Not the biggest of strikeout guys, kind of pitches to contact.
And the Diamondbacks desperately need him to keep this a one-run game. The 3-0 in there for a strike.
Come on.
3-1. Not buying what they're selling?
Not on that one. I didn't even, too high.
The 3-1.
There we
outside
go.
And low, ball 4. Leadoff walk for Arias.
Ball don't lie. It's another good start here for the Cleveland offense.
Well, they've had some base runners today, but 0 for 7 with men in scoring position. So it has stayed a tight, tense game here. 2-1. Cleveland in front in the ninth.
I like the free passes. That was sometimes I did my best work when I didn't have to swing.
C.J. Kafis, the batter, takes a strike on the outside corner. Kafis today, a triple, his first in the big leagues in 3 trips. Here's the 0-1. Swung on, popped it up foul, and back out of play. You've seen this guy for a couple games now. You like that swing from the left side?
I do. There's a lot of things to like about it. It's very balanced, very short.
Now the 0-2 to Kafis. Upstairs for a ball. He laid off.
Good take. And a little cutter up top. They're kind of going for that top of the zone. I think that might be the scouting report on the Cleveland lineup right now to try to get guys to chase. It's been that way all series.
Here's the 1-2. Way upstairs. 2-2. Two runs on 6 hits for the Guardians. A run on 7 hits for the Diamondbacks. Throw to first. Chases Arias back. Off day tomorrow. We'll spend it in Texas. And then the opener of a 3-game series is Friday night against the Rangers. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, foul tip. Hung on to by the catcher McCann. That's strike 3. Good play by McCann. Here's Brian Rocchio. Rocchio is 0 for 3, but he's driven in a run with a ground out. That was in the second inning, and it was the second run for Cleveland, so there's your difference in the game right now. A 2-1 Guardians lead. The pitch to Rocchio. Breaking ball in there for strike 1.
He's giving him the high strike right now. A couple of these innings already, I had balls that were above the zone. That one may have touched the top of the zone, but they're not always called. But he's giving them today.
The 0-1. Outside, 1-1. Long set by Curtis. Now the 1-1. That's upstairs. Ball 2. John Curtis, a University of Texas product. 32 years of age. Makes his home in Dallas.
Real long pauses, and then just steps off that time.
Well, that's a lot of pitchers are going to that more and more, just varying their set times to try and control the running game.
It works, because if you're the same every time, the reports are going to show it and the runners are going to know it.
The 2-1 swung on, ground ball to the second baseman Vargas. To the bag for one, Perdomo to first. Double play. Side retired. So Curtis works out of it, and we'll head to the bottom half of the ninth inning. The Guardians trying to hang.
I feel like food and sharing a meal with someone is a universal language. You can't go to a ballpark and not have a nice hot dog. So if I'm at the ballpark, I'm gonna get a nice heavy glizzy. You gotta have chili on there, you gotta have cheese. If your hot dog isn't bending in the middle because it's like about to fall apart, then you're not doing it right. So you gotta have a glizzy and then something cold, whatever it is, beer, lemonade. You gotta have something cold to wash that hot dog down with.
Frank Tank and Bank situation. Sign up online, from our app, and even at the pump. At participating locations, terms and conditions apply.
Clay Travis and Buck Sexton.
News and politics and who knows.
Noon to 3 tomorrow. WTAM 1100.
Couple of defensive changes for the Guardians heading to the bottom of the ninth. Nolan Jones has checked into the game in right for C.J. Kafis. Last inning, Carlos Santana took over for Kyle Manzardo at first. Cade Smith facing Lourdes Gurriel, and Gurriel looks at a pitch inside for ball 1. Smith came on, got the final out last inning, retiring Corbin Carroll, and now he's trying to close it out and earn another save. Here's the 1-0. Swung on, and that's blasted high, deep to left. Tie game. Number 17 for Gurriel. And he has tied this game at 2.
Well, this was the last hitter we were really worried about for the long ball threat. He got a fastball right over the plate he was ready for, and he did not miss it one bit at all. He knew it right away. You hate to see the win go for Messick, too, with the outing that he put forward. And now we're here back into a dogfight with them.
Only the third home run allowed this season by Cade Smith. And it comes leading off the ninth. Now Blaze Alexander, the batter, takes strike 1. Now Smith doing what he can to get this game to extra innings. Give the Guardians another chance to win it. Here's the 0-1. Alexander looks at a breaking ball down low. Slider that time.
Well, we were hoping for an uneventful ninth inning, and I don't think we got that anymore.
Diamondbacks won a one-run game last night. The 1-1. Check swing liner foul off the netting. First base side, excuse me. Well, it just seems when you're in that hunt for postseason and trying to make up ground, nothing comes easy. No. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So 1 down in the inning. Ildemaro Vargas will step in. 2-2 ball game. Vargas is 0 for 3. Switch hitter stands in from the left side now against the righty Smith. Here's the pitch, and it's in there for strike 1. That good, consistent 96-mile-an-hour fastball from Smith. Works in the splitter and the slider as well. Here's his pitch. And did he check his swing? No, he went too far on a pitch down low. And the count's now 0-2 on Vargas. The 0-2. We head to extra innings here in downtown Phoenix.
Rosie here. Can't handle a lineup of pests?
What is something that you snack on that you don't worry about?
I love Uncrustables. I could eat like 10 of them in one sitting.
And no regard for his body? I don't even wait till I thaw out.
Hey, put them in a toaster next time. Just toast it, yep. It'll change your life.
Yeah, just an incredible play by Riley Green. You're an all-star on the field and off, bro.
I appreciate it.
Hey,
thank you.
Riley Green, bro, food genius.
31st. It's a weekend of can't-miss baseball, thrilling matchups, towering home runs, and clutch plays that will have the crowd roaring. Be there for every moment. Get your tickets today at CLEGuardians.com.
Weather when you need it. Your severe weather station is WTAM 1100.
John Curtis gets a second inning of work for the Diamondbacks as we head to the 10th. Brian Rocchio, the base runner at second for the Guardians. And Angel Martinez will lead things off as we're in extra innings. 2-2 the score. Martinez 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike one. Big rip. Well, on the road, we've talked about it a lot. When you are the road team, you like to score more than just one. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Obviously, you got to get the one in, but you love it to be more than that just for that cushion.
Are you in favor of the bunt? Depending on where in the lineup, I guess. Who's up?
On the road, no.
Okay.
Here's the 0-2. Swung on. There's a Tapper foul outside of first base.
Yeah, at minimum, this guy needs to get over to third base by the end of this bet.
Now, if the Guardians were not to score here in the top half of the inning and the Diamondbacks came up, absolutely bunt the guy to third. But in this spot, no.
Just curious. I know I know people have different opinions about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to give up the out, I don't think.
You're playing just for one if you bunt.
Yeah. Here's the 0-2 to Martinez. Swing and a miss, strike three as he chased a high fastball that time, and he's down on strikes. Extra innings. The Guardians 9-5 in extra inning games. On the other side, the Diamondbacks just 4-9.
No, he chased a fastball literally almost up at his shoulders on that one. I think he's trying so hard to get the guy over to hit it to the right side with something that you still got to remind yourself to make it a good pitch.
Well, that's the last pitch for John Curtis. Torey Lovello out to the mound. He'll make the move to the bullpen. And we'll be back after this timeout. 2-2. We're in the top of the
Interrumpimos este video para recordarte que puedes endulzar tu día con una dulcerapia de la lechera.
That's my security right there. That's the bad one, Roscoe Pico train.
Major League Baseball wanted to start doing something with the players and their dogs.
Which one's the dog?
I was undecided on whether to do a dog card or not, but my wife pushed me in the back and she wanted a famous dog, so she told me to do it.
FDIC. Hi, it's Bill Wills. Tomorrow morning we'll be joined by Fox's Shannon Bream, talk about the news on News Radio WTAM 1100.
Left-hander Andrew Saalfrank is on to face Stephen Kwan, a left-handed batter. The runner at second is Brian Rocchio. It's a 2-2 game in the 10th, and Saalfrank starts it off with a curveball that missed inside. He got the save last night. Just back with his team after serving an 80-game suspension for betting on baseball. Here's the 1-0. Low and outside, but Kwan couldn't check his swing, and the count's 1-1. He was in a group of players last summer who were suspended, and he was able to serve that suspension and then come back, and he did so midseason this year.
For betting on baseball?
Yep. The 1-1 outside and low. But again, Quan could not check his swing, so that's strike 2, and it's 1-2. They missed this guy. He was a key for them in their World Series year, 2023. Here's the 1-2. Swung on, line drive to center, but it hangs up, and making the catch is Thomas. And still at second base is Rocchio, now 2 down in the 10th.
Do you remember it all? Was it a similar situation to what's happened on this side?
I think it was different because I believe it was the same group that included Michael Kelly, who had pitched here in Cleveland, and I think they bet on games but not their own games, and it wasn't the prop bets that you keep hearing.
That is different.
Yeah.
Still not good, but that is different.
Trip to the mound by the pitching coach for the Diamondbacks. That's Brian Kaplan. Let's pause 10 seconds. A station ID on the Cleveland Clinic Guardians Radio Network.
News, talk, sports. This is WTAM 1100, Cleveland, home of the Cavaliers and Guardians, an iHeart radio station.
Jim Rosenhaus along with Jason Kipnis back with you in downtown Phoenix at Chase Field. Walt Ellis, our on-site engineer here in the booth. Brian Motze back at Command Center. A great debut today for Parker Messick. The rookie left-hander for the Guardians pitched into the 7th inning, left with a 2-1 lead, only to see the Diamondbacks tie it on a home run off the bat of Lourdes Gurriel, leading off the 9th off of Cade Smith, and that's where we stand, 2-2. David Fry to pinch hit for Daniel Schneemann. Here's the pitch from Saalfrank, breaking ball in there for strike 1. There's 2 down. Rocchio, the base runner at second base. Saalfrank from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Fry. Up and in for a ball. 1-1 the count. Fry is a pinch hitter. 3 for 19. Rocchio runs well. Base hit should put the Guardians back in front. The 1-1. Swung on, and that's pounded foul at home plate, and it's 1-2.
I know the offense. I know Cleveland and fans alike. It's frustrating if you end this inning with a guy still at second base. That is.
Now you really feel with that automatic runner to start the inning at second that you should score at least 1. You'll need something to happen.
Get him to third.
Yeah, something to happen with 2 down here. Here's the 1-2. Up high, 2-2. Well, Angel Martinez struck out. Then Quan lined to center. Now it's up to Fry to try and keep it going.
No, that Martinez at bat was similar to like when you're slumping. You're worried so much about what you're working on, trying to stay through a ball. You're like, okay, I'm going to stay through the ball no matter where it is, and you forget to make it a strike sometimes. And he's just trying to get the guy over, trying to get the job done.
The 2-2 swung on, foul tip, hung on to by McCann. That's strike 3. And the Diamondbacks keep the Guardians off the scoreboard in the 10th.
What else going to happen today? Henderson's bat goes flying into the stands on a strikeout.
And that's not good right there.
See Andy looking at it like, hey, I'm not supposed to be doing that.
Yeah, stick to basketball there, right?
Oh, no catch. Love to get that one back.
Alonso lost the bat as he flung at that high fastball.
That's going to keep him up tonight. Can't make that catch.
You got to keep that clean, right? You got to catch that.
So the reason I got to Cooperstown is because I played with Cal and I played with Eddie and I played with some of the greatest players ever. And, I just had to figure out how I did my job, and I was honored to have some of the best players that ever played put on uniforms, and they happen to be Oriole uniforms. If there's ever any doubt that I'm 78, all I got to do is look at my old cards and I know.
Bright colors, booming sound, awesome videos for 2 nights following the Guardians games on August 29th and 30th. Get tickets at CLEGuardians.com.
When was the last time you got exactly what you wanted? Like down to the dipping sauce. At Sheetz, we're committed to making your masterpiece of a meal come true. Just tell us how you like it. Our made-to-order menu is completely customizable with endless options. Why the Sheetz not?
The Bloom Daddy Show.
Played out in and around Cleveland.
Tomorrow afternoon starting at 3 on WTAM 1100.
Matt Festa comes on to pitch the bottom of the 10th inning. Pavin Smith, the automatic base runner at second for the Diamondbacks. Alec Thomas squares to bunt, and he pulls the bat back. The pitch was outside for ball 1.
Yeah, we talked about this. Now that Cleveland hasn't scored, you can't just play for one as the home team, and now we're seeing the bunt.
2-2 ball game. Ramirez and Santana in at the corners. Festa steps off, takes a look out at second base, no throw. 1-0 the count on Thomas. Trying to get a bunt down.
I'd like to see Los creep in even a little bit more. Try to force this issue at third. There he goes.
The 1-0, he bunts to third base. Up with it, Ramirez will throw to first in time for the out with Rocchio covering.
Nothing anybody can do on that one. Perfect bunt, forcing Jose to make the play at third base. And now we got a guy at third with less than 2 here.
Perfect execution
really
by
perfect
Thomas.
Execution.
So he's retired. It's James McCann's spot in the lineup, but he'll be lifted in favor of a pinch hitter, Adrian Del Castillo. Del Castillo has had some injury issues, spent some time at AAA. As a pinch hitter, 0 for 4. He'll stand in from the left side. Infield in for the Guardians. Winning run at third base for the Diamondbacks. And the pitch is swung on, popped up to shallow left. Charging in, Kwan can't get to it. It drops. Down the line comes Smith. He scores. And the Diamondbacks win it by a final score of 3-2 in 10. And that is a gut punch for the Guardians.
Yeah, unfortunately here, this one's going to hurt a little bit more than some others because you got a flight after it. You got a rookie go out and absolutely just dominate in his first start. He really gave it his all, and you wanted him to come away with a win. And now you're not even going to get that. So this one might sting, but they got an off day coming. Hopefully they can use this off day wisely, reset, and kind of go back against another team who's struggling even more. So, listen, again, we talked about this probably in the first day. You have no other choice but to keep looking forward. This one will sting. It's going to cause you to keep looking back for a little bit longer. But on to the next one is the only thing that you can do.
Yep, 36 to go. The Guardians certainly still very much in it, and that was a tough one today as they fall 3-2 in 10. Final numbers after this.
Hey, sports fans, there's no better feeling than when you're watching your team dominate. But remember, when the offseason comes, you can still channel your team spirit with a fresh coat of color. Ask Sherwin-Williams how you can make every day feel like game day with over 1,700 colors and a top-tier coaching staff to bring the energy of your team spirit home. Shop online or visit your neighborhood store today.
Dollar Bank is a proud partner of the Cleveland Guardians. Only with Dollar Bank can you get a Cleveland Guardians debit card design and Guardians branded checks. And when you use your card at the